All right, y'all. So it is Wednesday, May 5th, and it's been a little bit since I've last vlogged. The reason for that is because I told you guys I was going to work on an outline and have more structure for this, and I did not. And so I was telling myself I'm going to wait to come back until I do that, just so I thought it'd be better to have more structure to the content. But I was just talking to a friend of mine, IKEA. She's on here as Miss Brave, so feel free to check her out too when you get a chance. But she's been vlogging. She's just an all-around encouraging person in terms of business and pursuing your dreams and doing things like that. So it's really good to hear from her. But she encouraged me in terms of vlogging to keep putting out content, even though it feels like rambling and even though it feels like there's no structure. And I like structure. Just in general, I like structure. I like order. And so I want to be sure that I'm putting out structure and order since I like it and appreciate it. But she encouraged me to just let the creativity flow, to get more comfortable being in front of a camera, to just kind of start to feel out more of how I want this channel to be. And she encouraged me to do this 30-day vlogging just straight. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to start, this is not going to be like day 1 of 30. I'm going to actually start tomorrow. Just start vlogging about random things, excuse me, that happened in 30 days. And she gave me some other ideas about how to structure, but without overthinking it, which I have definitely been guilty of. So I'm excited to see what this produces, what comes out of this. And I still want to stick to, at least for now, until I get more comfortable with editing and adding things into just being this basic welcome to the journey, come alongside. I think tomorrow I will go over some things that have changed or any updates since my last video. Mostly because I have to sit down and think about what's different since the last one. I think it was last week. But yeah, so this is just me putting out a video today because I was encouraged to keep putting out content and not get so wrapped up in overthinking the structure of it. So anyway, that's today's video. It is Wednesday. We just finished Bible study, which is really good. Pastor talked about essentially a theology of work, having a biblical basis for how we operate at our place of employment. Even now, even during the quarantine and things like that, both as employees and then as employers for those of us who are in management positions. It was really good, encouraging. I think the part that resonated with me most was to make sure I'm not complaining about my job. I have a good job, and the Lord really opened the door for this job. Like it was crazy, straight up favor that essentially brought this job to me. And then within a few days, I got the job, and it's definitely been a blessing. And I have to remember that anytime in my mind or my heart I start to fix my attitude to be like, oh, I don't really want to do this job. Because I am grateful, and I should stay in that place of remembering why I'm grateful. God really opened the door for me, and that's enough. And this is where He wants me to be. And so no matter how I feel about it, I have responsibility to my employer as well as to my coworkers, to those who work around me. Even if I don't work with them, there's a responsibility I have as a believer to represent Christ in every aspect of my job. So anyway, that's what he talked about today. And so the rest of today was pretty low key. I did some writing earlier, which was really great. It's a challenge, but it's fun. I like writing, and I used to do it all the time. And life happened, and I didn't do it as much. And then I was asked to do this responsibility that requires me to write, and it's been strange and challenging. But definitely really encouraging. And I have to, again, stay in a place of remembrance that any gifting I have, any skill, any recognition is because God. I didn't put any gifts or talents in me. I used to like English and grammar classes in school, but I didn't create that I didn't create that desire, that interest. That was just something that to me was natural, but that means that God put it in me, Anyway, I should say this hoodie is from my friend Miss Brave. It's got a zipper in the back. Sorry, that was not a great modeling job, but because I mentioned her, because I'm wearing her hoodie, I thought I would talk about it. And it's really cool because it like comes up like this, which I love, but then it also is a cowl neck. And I'm not a big hoodie person, but these I do like because they're super comfortable and they're cute. And they can be like, I think they can be unisex. Like, there are some elements of it that I think are a little bit more manly, but it can also be very feminine, which I appreciate. Anyway, this is today. I'm telling you what else happened today. I did some work. I did more work. Work, even in the midst of quarantine, is kind of picking up the pace of work and my responsibilities. I need to pray more before I do, honestly, to make sure my attitude's in the right place, my heart's in the right place, and that I'm working well, you know? Yes. Also, happy Nurses Week. I think this is Nurses Week. I have 2 people that I know that are nurses. One is Valerie, one is Monique. They don't have these links, and they're also busy, so I don't think they'll ever see this, but thanks, y'all. Thanks. Love you guys. And what else is happening? Mother's Day is Sunday, so I want to get something for my mom and my spiritual mother. I don't know what yet. I'll probably just send flowers for now, and then when I can be in their presence, I'll give them the actual gift. I got my mom, let me not say it yet because she may see this, or my sisters may watch it in her presence. But I'm excited, you know, like you ever get like a gift for somebody that you know they're gonna love, and it just makes you so excited because you just know like it's gonna mean a lot to them, and it just brings you so much excitement to be able to like give them that gift, you know? Like, I don't want to go into detail, but this is from like a conversation my mom and I had years ago about something that reminds her of her mom who passed away. Oh, this is so sad. She passed away when she was pregnant. My mom was pregnant with my youngest sister. Her mom passed away, which is really sad because our youngest sister never got to meet our maternal grandmother. But so anyway, things that like remind her of her mom, I don't know why they stuck with me a little bit. You know, like my mom likes maple cookies because she told me they remind me of her mom. So I remember that, and this other gift that I actually got is similar to that. But then I know a lot of other moms, you know, my sister, my older sister's a mom. I think about a good friend of mine, Lydia, she's a mom. And I think about people who have lost their moms, you know, like that's the day is significant for that reason too, in terms of like just being mindful to be compassionate and caring. You know, I don't want to take for granted, that my mom is still alive. Oh man, this is crazy, I'm about to cry. But you know what I mean, like, I'm grateful. I've seen friends bury their parents. You know, I don't take that lightly that my parents are still alive. Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I think part of that honestly is because there's some order and some things that guy wants to do in our family. So he's preserving their life so we can get some things together. That's my honest, you know, that's just, I believe that. And, but yeah, I don't want to take for granted that my parents are alive. My mom's alive. My dad's alive. They're in fairly good health. I'm grateful for that. That's not something I take lightly. But yeah, Mother's Day is coming up. And I don't want to send things in the mail because I'm a little iffy about the mail right now. You know, like stuff gets lost or it's really delayed. And then like, I don't have a mail drop-off place nearby. Oh, hold on. I'm going to pause this because my roommate's coming up. Okay, so sorry, I'm laughing because I think I just discovered that if I pause a recording while I'm doing it, I cannot, in fact, go back to that recording. And so I pause it abruptly, and now I'm trying to figure out, do I post it as is, or like, and just explain tomorrow what happened? I'm not going to re-record it. That's just, I'm not going to do that. So I'm thinking I'm going to just post it as is. What I did try to do was Google how to stitch together videos in Photo Booth, which is what I'm using to record this. And it said to use iMovie. So I'm going to attempt that, but you know, it's really just a toss-up to see how this works. So we're all, again, this is a journey. I'm welcoming you into it. And we're going to just learn together if this works, whether or not this video airs or if it just looks ridiculous. And you can tell, like, the obvious break between when I said my roommate was coming in the room and this 1 minute, like, pseudo blooper. But I think also in hindsight, I'm just going to let it roll, you know? I would just answer her question and I wouldn't pause it because I don't know much about editing videos. Sorry. I don't know anything about editing videos at this point. So I should just let it keep going. But this is a learning experience. And I guess, you know, the Lord knew I wasn't going to look up how to stitch these together any other way. So hopefully this works. And really this is just a closing anyway, because I don't really have anything else to say, because as I mentioned, this is not a structured or planned video. I did think I might do one today after Bible study, but I wasn't all the way sure, especially because we were talking for so long afterwards, and then IKEA really encouraged me to do it, so I did it. Oh yeah, also thank you for the feedback. You know who you are. I appreciate it. And I really am excited about putting out content. Honestly, getting some things off my chest, because it helps to process. It helps me really process things. The Bible tells us to cast all our cares on the Lord, and I have to be mindful to do that first and foremost. But I think I don't always do that audibly, and it helps me to process audibly. So saying it out loud, and then being able to play it back really does help me like filter my thoughts and think through some things, especially as I get into some other personal topics, which I'm excited about. You know, it's funny. It's so funny to me that transparency in this area doesn't intimidate me like it used to. You know, I really do sense a shift in how God is allowing me to be free, you know, not be so consumed with people's opinions or this image of like, I have it all together. Like, I don't. But God's mercy and grace and hope that as things are now is not how they will always be. I'm grateful for that. I feel like there's really not much else to say about today. So Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, the weekend's almost here. But really, what does the weekend mean when we're in quarantine? It means I don't have to check my emails as much. Oh, I gotta do my timesheet. Sorry, now I'm thinking about work stuff. But anyway, I'm trying to, like, I don't know when I'll be going back to the office, but I'm trying to mentally prepare. And Pastor encouraged us tonight, like, even just to spiritually prepare, you know, for when I go back in, what's going to be different, how I'm going to take what I learned in this quarantine season back to the office, you know, in terms of working with integrity, in terms of being a witness and being on assignment at my job. You know, the fact that God opened the door for me to be at that job really reminds me that I have an assignment. Like, I'm not just there, like on paper, I shouldn't be in this job, right? But the fact that God opened that door means there's a reason, and I want to be intentional about the reason, finding the reason. Yeah. There are things that God is doing, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful. The path to, it's not been an easy road. It's not been an easy journey. But one thing that I have really grown to love about the Lord, and I think I think right now this is my favorite thing, but I'm sure it's not. Tomorrow it could be something different, but is that he doesn't give up on people. You know, like, if people really have a heart to do his will, despite all our junk and all our mistakes and poor choices and bad habits, like, I love that about God. You know, he doesn't give up on people. Now, he will, right? If I keep telling God, Lord, I want to do my own thing and I don't want you to be a part of my life, he'll honor it because he's not going to force you, you know, but he won't give up on you. And he's always willing, like, he's like, if you want to come back, you can come back. You know, I think the prodigal son who wanted to do his own thing and live his own life and realized that it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. And his father was looking for him, you know, like, I think that story is so beautiful. If you've not read it, you should read The Prodigal Son in the Bible. I gotta look and see where it is. I'll mention it in the next story. But just, I mean, the process to get where God has me right now has not been easy. And it's easy, and it would be easy to look at this at where I am now and not think it's any different or that it's anything to be excited about. But God is changing some things in my heart internally. And it's been uncomfortable and difficult, at times sad and lonely and frustrating. But I know He's never left me. You know, I know He never said, yo, you're not worth the trouble, or, you know, whatever. Like, I'm just really grateful to God. This is definitely a season of really growing to appreciate His love more. And not looking for other people to fill that void or to love me like God does. But to really embrace and appreciate His love. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. If you don't know Him, get to know Him. If you don't know Him that well, get to know Him more. He's such a good God. And He's like, I love this saying that He's closer than your breath. You know, like, your breath is like, you know, like, it's there. It's closer than your skin. Anyway, now I am rambling. Again, this is like a 7-minute video. I'm going to be like 1. See, this is the rambling that gets you. The rambling gets me. I'm going to try and stitch this video with the other one and upload it as one video. We'll see how that works. You'll see how it works because I'm probably going to upload both of these. Yep. We'll just go with it. All right. You guys have a good night. Make good choices.